What is it, mate?
Check this, golden ticket.
What?
Genuine 20% off.
This is how you should get discounts. None of this internet thing or this stuff in the paper. Hand delivered. Golden ticket.
So this morning we have our managers meeting. First of all, I'd like to start the day. Didn't get much sleep last night. The kids up at 1, 3. Went to the gym this morning, dropped a barbell on my foot, almost broken it. Go into the shower at the gym and slip. And I think to myself, what sort of day do you think you're gonna have when it starts like that? Well, it can only get better because now we've got our managers meeting. If you remember last managers meeting, I actually showed a bit of a clip, asked a question, and I got the old dead silence. So today I am going to do something different. I'm going to ask the managers what drives them to get out of bed. What is it that they're interested in and what is it that they're passionate about? And that will lead on to hopefully more conversation than last week. This one, what's going on?
Nothing now, mate. Nothing now.
You trying to put some bets on?
Data back and Michael and I would know from a survey that's done by a group, and we've actually held market share, which is, I'm amazed, in tough times where our numbers have come out that we've actually held market share. In fact, we actually picked up a little bit, if I remember rightly.
It's in the heart. Sales are down, wages down. I was going to jump on there today, but I haven't for today. So I will start with saying a bit about happiness. And they say, experts say happiness is 50% of your control and 50% out of your control. What's everyone think about that statistic? I think it's more there. I think it's 70-30. But how do you think I felt today? Last night, kids were up at 1, 3, 5. I went to the gym, dropped the barbell on the fucking leg. Do you imagine what that felt like? Was it good? Go to the shower and slipped over. And I was sitting there at that time and thought, what is today going to bring? These things have happened. And I thought to myself, no, because I read that about the 50%, no, I can control that, so I am going to be happy. So today is a happy day. So it's easy, it's the mindset, and anyone has that mindset. And I don't talk about it lightly, is that a couple of days ago we had one of our meat managers in Queensland decide to kill himself. And I'm assuming that he wasn't happy at the time, but how that happened was he called the store, said he's not coming into that. Store manager knew something wasn't quite right, mentioned it on the phone, said, oh look, no, why don't you come in, you don't have to work, why don't you come in and let's have a chat. Great thing to do from a store manager, picked up on a bit of emotional intelligence that something wasn't right. Fortunately, he didn't come in, they went around the house, wasn't there, they rang the police as a concern, and basically the guy ended up killing himself. And that store manager has taken it upon himself and said it's his problem. I mean, there's one thing for sure that everyone in this room doesn't control is when they're going to die, unless you do something like that. So it's not up to us as a store manager to get worried about things that happen outside of our 50%. These things happen all the time in business and in life, whether it's at home or whether it's in business. So many things happen that you could take it on board as, oh my God, this is my fault, when it's not. When someone chooses to kill themselves, I have no idea what would be in that pain. If you've got kids, it doesn't even cross my mind, but you've got to feel how they are feeling in this situation. That is their decision. And unfortunately, little incidents like that do affect other people. And in our terminology, that may affect our own staff for knowing the person or seeing what has happened. So that is how do we handle that? And that's the part I want everyone to understand, is it's how you handle a situation that makes it either a good or a bad one. And that is the hard part for us to actually digest. And we talk about how we, and Rog mentioned how we handle customer complaints when they come through on the phone or when they come through to the checkout or to the front end. Most times, and I'll say most times, I'll say 90% of the time, we would not get something come back to head office to every exec if it was dealt with there and then. It was all about how did we handle the situation. Okay, quite an extreme situation in Queensland, but we have plenty of these situations that happen in our stores daily. And they don't only happen in the store, they actually happen at home. And it's how you deal with it. So happiness is a choice. I just wanted to start with that so everyone understands that you can choose it. Last managers meeting, and I'm starting to do a vlog these days, so filming. You might have seen it. I put it out on YouTube. Yeah, follow, subscribe, like. But if you want to see something there, as I asked a question to the managers meeting and everyone went to sleep, people actually started commenting, geez, the managers seem awake, don't look like they know what they're doing. Like, and I thought to myself, yeah, that's right. Is it because people don't like being put on the spot? So today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to interview people today. So just get a little bit worried now, but I'm going to make this easy for you. I'm going to tell you what I'll give you my answers, and you guys can come up with your own. And one of my things is what drives me. And people ask me a lot. I'm a pretty positive person. What does drive me? What drives me is help succeeding for my family, and that to me is what. Without kids, didn't really know it, probably very selfish me, but with kids, best thing that's ever happened in my life. So that is what drives me to succeed. So I think to myself, okay, how does that help when you're not there in the morning, you're not there at night, and how do you balance that? It's all a balancing act. So for me, it is that. And also drives me, money drives me, and there's nothing to be wrong with saying money drives me. I like making money. And albeit Roger's money, as contrary to what everyone believes, he's spending it all. You can't spend that much. So I want to drive that, and the only way that happens is with people in this room and leading by example. There's no way I can run this business as good as these guys. It will be a group of people that run the business, and whether I'm that person or not, it'll be everyone in this room if they choose to be. The people that aren't on the right bus, in the right seat, they know it here. They actually know you shouldn't be on the bus. Maybe you should tell them to move away, because everyone else here knows it. So we all need to be having that same feeling when we go back to the store, and you have those people in the store, and we always talk about it, and I hear Leanne talk about it all the time. We have all these issues. Oh, no, not once. Okay, have they got a file note? No file note. And it happens time and time again. And I thought it was just a joke, but it's not. It's real. So we need to make sure we deal with it all the time. The second thing the second question is, what am I passionate about? I'm definitely passionate about my family, passionate about making money, and I'm passionate about racing. They're things that really drive me, and I think, okay, when I race, what's it like? I put the helmet down, okay, meditation. Exactly the same feeling I had when I was flying. You're in the plane, nothing else bothers you. You actually don't answer your phone in the plane. Natalie couldn't believe I didn't actually answer my phone, I was fine. But it's dangerous, so you don't. But you do in a car. I don't know how that works. So they are things that I'm passionate about. And I could all day, every day, I look forward to doing them, and everything in the middle happens because of those things. So that's what I like. So the first person I'm going to speak to today will be Roger Drake. Hey, you weren't expecting that one, were you? No. All right, Roger. So it's no microphone, but it's outside the microphone. Roger, what drives you every day?
I think the passion to see young people achieve the goals that I've achieved. Again, it is hard work. It's not easy. Everything has a price. And I think, have I let my family down at times? I have. You would know that. You were the first.
I'll let you make it up to me, Dad. Don't worry.
Yeah. So and I suppose you talk about what do I fear. The fear of failure is something that I fear. I don't want to let anybody down. And when you think that I think we've got a responsibility for a whole country town, and if we make decisions as an executive. And they're the wrong decision, we can affect people's mortgage, we can affect their car payment. So I suppose that's the responsibility, that's what keeps me going.
Excellent, that's fantastic. There you go, guys, that's the benchmark. So let's just go up to the audio parlance. Hey Artie, that was what, we heard from the big boss there. Yep. Arthur, I really know what actually drives Arthur, new dad of two. What is it, Arthur?
Well, look, as you said, children are a driver, but I mean, I've learned from my father, my family, that what drives me is the people I surround myself with. So I've surrounded myself with a great girlfriend, a great wife.
At the same time. Just stop.
I've also learned in life that life is about context. You've got to put it into context. And she was once a girlfriend.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, look, I from a young age, my family's been taught to surround yourself with people. So whether it's from family, whether it's your work, whether it's the local tradie, whether it's a customer, the more you surround yourself with, I find that when you are having a negative or a down day, they're the people that help you push you up to be who you need to be. So you've got to be reminded in life, yeah? And I think those people help you do that.
And what are you passionate about other than work? Because I don't know if there's much there, to be honest.
The great man said it before, it's the people, it's the, whether it's the fear or whether it's the want to be successful, whether it's improving a relationship, whether it's doing something in your life that improves the people around you. So look, food has always been a passion, and I've been fortunate in growing up in a family that's been in the supermarket industry. And probably more so realising that I need to do more for myself. I don't think I do enough for myself, but it doesn't get me down not doing it. It just makes me realise that I need to do it better. So.
That's excellent words from Arthur. So we're going to go to one of the youngest people. I don't know why I'm holding my phone there. Youngest people in this room, and it might be you, Mr. Carpenter. It might be. So Chris, this is Chris Carpenter, Surrey Downs. Everyone knows Chris?
Sunnybrook.
Sunnybrook. Close. So Chris, what is something that you are passionate about?
Well, I've got 2 young kids as well, so obviously very passionate about them, but I don't know, just my family and the people I surround myself with as well, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, and what drives you to go to work? And don't say the car.
I've always wanted to be successful, and I've got a lot of mentors in this room that I want to obviously achieve what they've achieved, so that's a big drive for me.
Yep.
And
so do you need to, and this is a personal question, really deep, do you need the alarm clock to wake up, or do you wake up before it?
I'll wake up before my alarm clock.
There's something about that. Alright, so Les. So we have Les here, and everyone on the outside is a bit lucky at the moment, but Les is, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, Les, but he probably works more hours than anyone I know. He's there before you go, and he's there every time. Actually, rumour has it you got a bed at Torrensville?
In your office.
Yeah. No wonder. Les, what actually are you passionate about other than work?
Knowing my father's memory is living on.
Oh, that's very sweet. And what is it that you are? What is it that drives you?
What my father used to do, I just do exactly what he does. It just drives me.
Okay, and that's, thank you for that, Les. I won't elaborate, I can tell it's really touching there. And Mr. Linton, one of the well-dressed guys. In fact, as you can see, this shirt was from Tim today. The business is considerable, by a couple of years, is it now?
That's right, yeah.
And what is it that you believe you can add to Drake's?
What drives me is achieving results and outcomes and changing things. So, real driver for me is trying to change Drake's for the better, continuously improve what we do. So, making people's lives easier, providing information to help them make decisions with. So I don't know, I'm passionate and energetic, and hopefully that rubs off on people as well.
There's no doubt it has, and it will, and it continues to be. So as you can see, there's a few things there that is consistent. It's family, failure and success. They're interestingly one of each other. Like, I know Natalie's fear is failure, where I actually don't think of that. So I can see there's a blend of both. Family definitely comes up, and people's willingness to succeed and provide better. No doubt Scott has provided better for us. The company's come a long way, even for some of the things that has been implemented from your side of it. So that's been fantastic. So all of those things are exciting.
We've just gone through our budget period where we've set our budgets for the next 12 months. And quite clearly it was one of those two-day events that left a lot of us a bit shell-shocked with where we're going to be.
Congratulations for making it this far to the end of the vlog. But secondly, if you do like what you see, I'm gonna say it, like, subscribe and share. because I do thank everyone for actually watching it. It actually is really fun. I was probably surprised at how fun it really is. So yeah, I'm gonna continue doing these until, well, till who knows when. See ya.